Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Join Dota League Season 13. I am your host, Thunderstyle, hosting on the behalf of Boomcast. And today we're going to be watching a best of two matchup between Bursaspor Esports and mYinsanity.
Radiant team back.
A little bit of background on both teams. Bursaspor Esports being a Turkish team. And that's about that. I don't have much more background about that. But mYinsanity is a Swiss team. It's from a pretty old organization. The organization was created for Counter-Strike back in 2009. And the Dota Squadron first team was created in 2014, but I do believe they swapped out all of their players since then, so it's pretty much a fresh roster. But yeah, it's a bit of an older organization, that one. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see. Good luck to both teams. Hoping to see some good games, good action. And we have our first pick coming out here. From Bursaspor Esports, picking up Beastmaster. Oh boy, first pick. That is actually very brave. And Nightstalker's not banned out. They could actually just slam down Nightstalker right now on mYinsanity's side. Nightstalker is still really, really darn strong.
10 seconds remaining.
And yeah, I don't think they would be punished. Beastmaster is heavily reliant on vision for ganking. And Nightstalker puts a big dent in those plans. I hope they go for it. I think it would be a good idea. And they get Jakiro as their first pick. Very strong support, very strong pusher, counter pusher, team fighter. Has a bit of an issue with cast times though. And if he gets caught by something, he's gonna die with no matter how much health he has. He's just too slow and lacks any sort of mobility whatsoever in his kit.
5 seconds remaining.
Are they actually gonna go to reserve time on the first phase already?
Dire team pick.
And they don't pick out Nightstalker for some reason, they go for Brewmaster instead. But this leaves Nightstalker available for Bursaspor. They might not take it, but I think it's a good idea, especially with the silence. It'll be such an insanely strong pick versus both Jakiro and Brewmaster.
Dire team ban.
And instead they get the Witch Doctor. And which doctor am I? The purple one. I think it will be very, very strong. The problem with Witch Doctor though is well, it's not exactly a problem. It's very hard to land Maledict with Beastmaster stun because Beastmaster gets in the blink stun and it'll take you a while to get there and land your Maledict. The more I think about it, the actual profit is the Death Ward. You drop Beastmaster stun into Death Ward and you'll have insane deeps coming out. And it's gonna take down any hero so darn quickly. You don't actually need any more, yeah. I think just Beastmaster and Witch Doctor by themselves can easily kill anyone in at least in the first half of the game, up until late game.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I wonder if they're going to ban out Gyrocopter. They already banned out Naga, so Gyrocopter might not be necessary. But maybe Disruptor for crowd control. They also might possibly want Disruptor for themselves, so I wouldn't be surprised if mYinsanity bans Disruptor out here. They already have a reliable stun with Witch Doctor, so wouldn't be much of a problem. And they pick up Zeus! So it's most likely going to be a Zeus mid. Or maybe Zeus solo safe lane? Regardless, very interesting, and Witch Doctor's gonna have a hard time if nothing else. Because Witch Doctor's so damn squishy. He does have a heal over time, but Zeus is the Lord of Thunder. He's made of burst. He'll be insanely powerful with his ultimate. As soon as he gets one lightning bolt in on Witch Doctor, it'll be no problem finishing him off. And they pick up Clockwork as a counter, which is surprising that he's not banned out. They banned out Windrunner instead of Clockwork. Maybe they've done some background research on the heroes, but Clockwork is such an insanely strong support hero. I'm surprised they let him through the draft phase, like instead of Warlock, instead of Windrunner. And now they end up picking out Bloodseeker. So they seem to have some kind of very solid game plan. So they're going to buff Zeus. They're going for the Bloodseeker buff Zeus strategy. Oh my god. that's I swear that's a pub meta if I've ever seen one. But it might just work out for them. And Bursaspor, they bravely pick Shadow Fiend into this.
10 seconds.
Shadow Fiend will have to get a very early BKB or have to like stack health items just to survive this onslaught of magic damage coming out from mYinsanity. Especially once Panda gets his blink, gets in the blink, clap, and crit combo. It's gonna be insane. Someone call for the witch doctor. Well, they definitely have more reliable CC on Bursaspor right now, in my opinion. You have the Beastmaster stun, you have the witch doctor casket, and obviously Clockwork with the Battle Assault, with the cogs, with the hook shot. Shadow Fiend could actually also build eels or something. So I'm not sure if they want that this game. I think they actually might because of the Bloodseeker alone. Like, you want Eels versus a Bloodseeker, you want to be able to initiate on him, get in the Requiem of Souls. Would be a really good counter to him. Not to mention Zeus as well. And if you go for the attack build Shadow Fiend, if you get Ruptured, it's like GG. You get shut down so hard by the Zeus and you won't be able to escape either. And no matter what the Witch Doctor does, his heals won't be enough to save you. Interesting lineups. I'd say Bursaspor is more on par with the current meta, so to speak. And they're taking a long ass time here with the last ban. They're wondering really hard what mYinsanity has up their sleeve. And I can't blame them, honestly. It's so weird, this drop. They're actually going for the Zeus meta. It was completely unexpected. But since they have Bloodseeker, they have Zeus, maybe someone else to amplify the damage for them. Crowd control. Bloodseeker's gonna be the farming carry, most likely. Or take even dual lane him.
Dire team pick.
So it's gonna be... They could also lane Panda mid, now that I think about it. So it's gonna be really hard versus Shadow Fiend Panda. Zeus is easily gankable, and it's really hard for them to gank Shadow Fiend. They lack the proper tools, so I think they'll need someone who has that possibility. Someone with a reliable
10
stun.
Seconds remaining.
Maybe someone like Rubik.
5 seconds
Rubik, lots of good spells to steal from Bursaspor.
Radiant team pick.
And they pick out Storm Spirit. Very nice. My favorite mid laner, personally. That's going to be Zip Zap. That's going to make Bloodseeker's life pretty darn miserable. So I can't imagine they'd have to lane Storm Spirit as a safe laner, right? I'm not sure how they'll put this. They could lane both Shadow Fiend and Storm Spirit in the safe lane. They could also do a tri-lane top with ranged heroes. And Lina picked up by mYinsanity here. So it seems like Lina is going to be a support? Or is it actually going to be a Zeus support? I don't know. Both teams have very weird lineups. I guess we're about to just wait and see. And game 1 should be underway in just about a second. Alrighty, we are in, ladies and
Prepare
gentlemen.
for battle.
Now, let's see, is anyone getting smokes early on? I feel that's really important. So the Clockwork got a smoke. I guess he wants it, because he's gonna get in those early level 2 ganks. Once he gets his Battery Assault, it's gonna be insane. And they're already doing the classic Shadow Fiend stack. Gonna get at least 6 stacks, I imagine, for him. Maybe even 9, maybe even 12. So the cooldown is pretty big, and they can't waste all of their time. So most likely gonna go for the 9. Game's already paused. What the hell is going on? I wonder if these teams have actually played each other before. Judging from the draft, at least they've done at least some research on each other, what I reckon. So it is going to be Alina mid, and Bloodseeker with Jakiro in the bot lane, and Zeus in the top lane. So I wonder if Zeus is going to be dual laning with Brew? So it's going to be a Zeus supporting the Brewmaster. What? New meta, boys. I haven't seen anything like this in a while. And it seems like he's rushing Magic Wand. That is fairly reasonable. I need to maximize your mana output as early as possible. What else interesting can we see in the itemization? Beastmaster, well, he has the Stout Shield for the damage mitigation. I imagine he's going to be the one farming, but Zeus already has planned out buying Arcane Boot. Not a single ward. So Jakiro, I imagine, is gonna be number 5ing hard, but between the two of these, I don't know. It seems Panda seems to be the support. I'm not sure.
That's the spirit.
That's the spirit. Oh my god, I adore Stormer Spirit's voice, and also adore the times when he was like a fat Mexican. I think he looked way better back then because he had much more personality in his look. His streamlined look doesn't look nearly as cool in my opinion.
A tribute.
It's like both teams gonna take 2 runes each. Yeah, and a bit of I guess they threw a wrench in the cogs in the bot lane. Oh, I think they're gonna have a swell lane here. Like as good as the block that there is on Radiant side, they have the Clockwork cogs, so it's bound to be more successful. And one creep got way ahead, so they can deny it and take the lane to their side. Bloodseeker doesn't miss the opportunity to get a last hit at least, and now Witch Doctor already taking a lot of damage early on. Brewmaster has the level 1 Drunken Haze, which will make life quite difficult for the Storm Spirit. Yeah, it seems like they're gonna win out on this lane here. They just have so much more damage. Zeus can harass heavily with the Lightning Bolt. He's got 3 mangoes available. 3! How many Lightning Bolts is that? That's like 4 level 2 Lightning Bolts if we want to consume them. Or a lot of Arc Lightnings, let's just say. I Meanwhile, mid lane, we saw Shadow Fiend did get the 12 denies early on, so that's a huge damage boost over Lina. Lina has decent damage early on. Oh, first blood now on Jakiro in the bot lane already. Now Clockwork trying to get the Beastmaster. I mean, they do get Beastmaster now. Bloodseeker trying to 1v1 the Clockwork. Jakiro is back in lane. Bloodseeker are gonna heal himself back up, and that trade was probably not worth it, even if they got first blood there. If Bloodseeker's farming gets out of hand, and if he gets too many kills early on, he's gonna be incredibly hard to deal with in the mid game. He's one of those snowball heroes. You have to keep that in mind. You have to win the lane versus him. Otherwise, it's like you lose mid game, and in this current meta, if you lose the mid game, you just lose outright. Irax gets taken early on, and you'll have so many issues.
Have another. I see.
Yeah, bot lane, Beastmaster taking quite a lot of punishment from Jakiro here. And Shadow Fiend actually managed to pick up double damage the river. So yeah, he's gonna have a splendid time last inning versus Lina. Lina luckily has Dragon Slave to make up for some of it. You can, like, it's always wonderful that you can last hit with it and you can harass at the same time. But it's gonna be really hard to deny Shadow Fiend of anything. So I do believe in the last hit wars, Shadow Fiend should come on top. The problem though is that Lina has very good kill potential, especially once she gets level 6. She only needs one support. I said earlier that it's gonna be hard to gank Shadow Fiend, but if you just add Jakiro, if you get Jakiro and the Light Strike Array onto the Shadow Fiend, he'll most likely be dead, and there's not gonna be any bottle or anything that can save him. Witch Doctor gonna decide to go back, but Zeus with the lightning bolt punishes him. Too brave with the TP there, gets blown the hell up. Should have seen it coming. You can't escape Heaven's Wrath, Witch Doctor. You have to respect this insane amount of damage, like 200 at level 2. It's one of the best single target nukes in the game. Also gives you a sight over the hero, and later on you get the bigger, longer range mini stun as well. And now bot lane, they do kill Jakiro, but Bloodseeker with the buff is dealing a lot of damage to the Beastmaster. Beastmaster does run away with low health. Now Bloodseeker 1v1 with the Clockwork. Bloodseeker backs off. I think he actually could have killed the Clockwork there, but he wasn't gonna risk it. And Beastmaster gonna try to salve himself up, but Ice Path gets thrown up by Jakiro. Blood Right, will it hit him? The Blood Right hits the Beastmaster, and even if he picks up that Invis, he won't be able to run away here. And Lina actually coming out to help as well. Now Clockwork trying to finish off Kafka, but Bloodseeker not gonna allow that to happen, and 3 kills go in the favor of Bursa here. Wait, what's up with the team tags? My bad, 3 kills in favor of mYinsanity. Are the team tags scuffed? Oh, whatever. Love how it's like both Panda and Zeus are pretty much getting the farm they need, even though Panda's the one last hitting, but Zeus got that kill on Witch Doctor, gave him a lot of gold. And since he's not number 5ing, he's only spending gold on items. He's very close to his arcanes already. He's also level 4, so his damage output is pretty insane. Now going on to harass Witch Doctor. He could actually solo kill the Witch Doctor here if he gets lucky, though he has the Maledict on him, so he'll have to be that much more careful. There is a Shrine buff available. Witch Doctor, he decides not to pop it. He doesn't pop it because he doesn't see his team coming in to help him. Lina putting a lot of harassment onto Shadow Fiend here. Shadow Fiend takes 1 Laguna Bait to the face. It's 450 damage minus the resistance mitigation, so you deal like 330 damage. Plus the Dragon Slave and you're done. So you have to be very careful with that. Like right now, as soon as he gets in Laguna Blade range, he's pretty much dead. There is no escaping that, and he doesn't have the move speed yet to dodge the Dragon Slave if that's coming out.
Mine.
No, top lane, Panda's doing really good. He's 37 last. It's actually surpassing the Shadow Fiend. And Shadow Fiend not doing that hot. As opposed to Lina now bot lane once again. Clockwork with the Cogs initiation, with the Battery Assault going on to Flu here, but Flu on Bloodseeker is too tanky. He does have the stick available as well. They do land the blood right on him, and this might be a turnaround here. Flu is still half on health. Kafka coming out bravely. And the Cogs force out the Jakiro. The axes don't land, but meanwhile mid lane, Forever actually managed to pick up a solo kill on the Lina somehow. And they too turn it around. Ice Path gets thrown out as well. Both Beastmaster and Clockwork go down. And there is no chance right now for Bursaspor. They're losing out hard in the early game. 3,000 gold behind. Shadow Fiend is, sure, he's farming nicely. He got a solo kill. That's pretty huge for him. But I don't think that's gonna make up for the fact that almost all of their lanes are losing.
Middle tower is under attack.
Like, if we check out the net worths, Lina is still on par with Shadow Fiend. So the only lane they're actually winning right now is mid. But is Shadow Fiend actually gonna make enough of an impact to make up for that? And top lane, they put out the Panda Storm onto Storm Spirit here. Stun coming out as well. He does have Ball Lightning available. Tries to get away there. Uses the stick. Heals himself back up. And Brewmaster now outside of his ultimate. Gonna get picked up by the tower. But Zeus with the Lightning Bolt gets the Storm as well. So a very good pickup for them. They get a double kill. Because Witch Doctor was killed once. But now Clockwork coming out literally from the woods with the Battery Assault. And Davey is gonna go down here. Well done both sides. Both sides get 2 kills. So I'd argue that picking up Storm Spirit right now is much more important. You have to avoid him getting any sort of power. He hasn't even got his power threads yet, and you want that early Orchids. You need that huge power spike to deal with the Bloodseeker, who right now is actually building straight into Blade Mail. I get that he's really tanky, but I was expecting something more along the lines of Radiance or something, but then again, Blade Mailing to BKB is a formula you can almost never go wrong with. Especially if you have a Shadow Fiend on enemy team. Like if you get the Eels combo in your face from Shadow Fiend or Shadow Blade combo, you can use that to your advantage and actually kill them. Meanwhile, a lot of battling outs going on in top lane. They managed to pick up both Witch Doctor and the Clock, but they're 2 supports. And Panda eventually dies to the Witch Doctor Maledict. Now Storm chasing down Zeus. Zeus has mana. Gonna pop it on the Storm Spirit. But Storm Spirit does get the Ball Lightning off. One more hit. And down Zeus goes. Beautifully executed by Storm there. And they're pulling themselves slowly but surely back into the game. Well, seems like Shadow Fiend is still continuing on his path to victory. He's still slightly ahead of Lina. Just slightly, but against one of the most powerful early mid laners, that is a big deal. Especially since as a Shadow Fiend, you are so darn vulnerable to those Dragon Slaves. That's an insane amount of nuke damage coming out every time you take a last hit. Now Clockwork with the Cogs on Lina in the mid lane. And Shadow Fiend coming out as well. One auto attack is needed. Lina goes down. Clockwork is dead, but it's worth it. Proper sacrifice. And now Kafka playing it brave. Shadow Fiend senses something's wrong and backs off under his tower. Top lane. And that does have ult available. Stun coming out from Witch Doctor, but no follow-up from the Storm Spirit. They know his ult is up, and it's not a good time to go. So at the very least, he doesn't have too much to worry about. He does have Ball Lightning, so it's going to be really hard for Brewmaster to solo kill him. They're going to need Zeus for that. Speaking of Zeus, he's got level 7. He's got level 4 Lightning Bolts. 350 damage. Insane powerful nukes coming out, and you have the Thunder God's Wrath now as well. But what is that? 575. Yeah, it's like what? Now a gank with the Beastmaster Roar onto the Bloodseeker. The Blade Mail gets activated a bit too late, but Davey coming in with Lightning Bolts with the Thunder God's Wrath. Can he pick up Sony here? But no, Sony gets away into the forest, has to dodge the Macro Pyre, but now double kill for the Shadow Fiend, and very nicely executed. They pick up 3 in total, and that's all they need. They're back in the game. Like, they were losing out so hard, but that terrible feed bot lane on the Bloodseeker, and might just be enough. And I love how Bursaspor is so aggressive. Like, they were losing out early game, but this meta is mid game. If you do well in the mid game and the late game, you just win most likely. And while both teams have very good mid game fighting prowess, right now they'll already have to get the ball running on ganks and counter ganks, because as we saw in the bot lane, they spent no time. Once Beastmaster and Shadow Fiend got some free space for themselves, they shut the Bloodseeker down immediately.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So they are most likely going to be the first ones to lose a tower here. Now, Shadow Fiend, do they spot him out? I think they know he's there. Or maybe not. Davy's standing by the tower, and he backs off. He has Shadow Blade. He probably wants to find out Kafka here. He has a 36 soul level 2 Requiem, so with that he can pretty much one-shot anyone on the enemy team. Going in with the Shadow Blade, they don't spot him out. And he tries to pull the ultimate on Lina this time, gets a double raise, and Lina goes down. 1 auto attack only required. Now Kokuk with the hookshot onto the Zeus, getting it the Battery Assault, and 1 more raise. Not even a raise, just a regular old auto attack. Zeus goes down, it's a double kill. Forever absolutely dominating. Now Rupture from the Bloodseeker. Forever instantly throws out TP, gets Ice Pack, and seems like Forever's kill streak is gonna end here. 460 golds, 5 times mega kill streak is down. So that's a big deal for Radiant, but they spend a lot of time and resources there. They are going to be able to take the tier 1 tower mids, and without a lot of map control going towards their side, as well, you do have the shrine here, but you've lost your tier 1 towers, so the map control sort of goes like this. And for them it's like this. It's like it's not that much of a difference. A couple of percent, but right now you need all you can get, especially with a hero who's reliant on vision like Bloodseeker. First, you need, if you exert pressure on the enemy team and you manage to keep them on low health somehow, you get a constant speed and damage boost, and eventually you'll be able to also see the enemy heroes. Like the visibility threshold for 25%, that's not gonna save Shadow Fiend even if they don't have dust.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, Panda has Blink, that's some good news as well for mYinsanity.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Blue is in a bad position. It's pretty wank. He doesn't have a TP off cooldown either. Tries to juke it out, but the Hawk catches him. They get the Beastmaster Roar in, they get the double raises. And the third raise not needed. The Blade Mail does deal quite a bit to the Shadow Fiend though. Now Clockwork with the hookshot coming in. Gonna try to kill the Zeus. Beautiful Macro Pyre from Kafka here with the Ice Path. He gets a double kill. Very nice counter initiation. In comes Zeus. He wants to get the Zeus. I mean, the Storm Spirit. He does have a Kaya, so he's got very long range. Ball Lightning Blinks, now stun going on to Shadow Fiend here. In comes Lina as well with the Dragon Slave. They do miss the Light Strike Array. The Eels is slightly mistimed there. So are they gonna get the Storm Spirits? Eels and Lina is still on cooldown. They do not get him, but it's a pretty good trade on both sides. Both sides actually net positive gold somehow. That is something interesting. Yeah, beautiful execution by Kafka there on Hero. Pretty much save their tower, save that fight, and they're gonna have to keep it that way. They don't want the Shadow Fiend to get out of hand. He's almost halfway to BKB now, and once he picks up that BKB, he's gonna be unstoppable for a while, because only Bloodseeker will be able to damage him. But he has Blade Mail, and Blade Mail is only dangerous to Shadow Fiend right now, because Shadow Fiend has no magic resistance. But with BKB, that's a non-issue. He'll be able to demolish whoever he wants, whenever he wants. Now they do a 4-man smoke. They are gonna find Zeus here most likely, and a clockwork choke shot with the Batter Assault. They're gonna catch out Davey real fast. Macro Parry comes out from Drakiro, too little too late though, and it's not the best position. They put the Witch Doctor stun on the Kafka, they keep on chasing him, access from the Beastmaster. Kafka does go down, and even the Death Ward being thrown out from Witch Doctor, like, get out of my face! Pushing Brewmaster back into the base. And that's most likely gonna be a tier 1 tower for them. Now, Clockwork. He can't do much to help Storm Spirit. Oh, the Light Striker Ray barely misses Storm, but he does get hit by the Dragon Slave and the Laguna Blade follow-up. Now, Broken Heart. They do get the eels on the Witch Doctor. Clap as well. Now, the stun from the Earth Panda onto the Clockwork. And it's 3 kills and a disconnect. So it's a moral victory right now for mYinsanity. And there's no pause coming out right now. Is that like a mini disconnect? And Isoni almost getting caught in the eels there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And Panda is really making good use of his tornadoes in general, but that one fight in bot lane, I think there was some kind of miscommunication between Lina and the Pandarin, because they couldn't get off the Lina stun on the Storm Spirit, and that kill pickup would have been really huge for them. They did not want to miss that. Ladies and gentlemen, Clockwork is back. We are good to go. But this tier 2 tower certainly is not. It's gonna go down so darn fast, even without Bloodseeker hitting it.
Middle tower has fallen.
That is insane. And let's not forget about the Blood Rage damage increase. If you put that on Lina or Zeus, it's gonna be insane. But what is Panda doing there in the enemy forest without any backup? Gets picked up instantly and punished. Roared by the Beastmaster. Or actually, that was Jakiro. Jakiro overstays his welcome a wee bit as well, so they get 2 kill pickups here. And some drawings coming out there from both Blue and Teal. Like, why are you way over here? I was expecting them to back off as well. Mouse. Popping Shadow Blades. It's gonna be really dangerous looking for a kill, and Spirit actually gets the dust out on Lina. Lina does have backup in the form of Zeus here, but I wouldn't stay there. That is really dangerous. They finally get the first tier 1 tower of the game on Bursaspor's side. That was pretty heavy. Now bot lane, Clockwork dies, gets Laguna Bladed in the face by Lina. They do get Zeus in return though. It's a pretty equal trade. Both are dead for around the same amount of time. And both are around the same amount of importance for each respective team. So I'd argue that without Clockwork, they don't have much initiation on their team. All they have is Beastmaster with his blink, because Storm Spirit doesn't have the Orchid yet. He has Kaya, so he has a huge mana pool. He can zip zap around a lot. He can dash, he can bash. He can't silence.
Radiant's bottom tower.
He's not too far away from it though. He's got more than half of his Orchids good to go already. Just a little bit more and Zeus is gonna have an absolute nightmare. That Force Staff isn't gonna do jack squat for him. But Panda now, they too have a smoke on both Bloodseeker and Jakiro, so Panda's trying to bait things out. And now Storm Spirit alone gets clapped by Panda here. No Rupture coming out. Bloodseeker trying to put chase to him. They still want him. Storm Spirit ready to counter initiate. Meanwhile, they pick up Lina, so the biggest badass of mYinsanity on the Radiant side is dead. This is the perfect opportunity. Very nice Ice Path, Dual Breath, Macro Pyre as well. Beautiful 3-man Macro Pyre from Jakiro. manages to save out the Bloodseeker, and Lina buys back into the game. Witch Doctor is dead, so is Beastmaster. So not much coming out from Bursaspor here. They finally take out the Clockwork as well. And very good buyback from Lina. And once again, Kafka MVP of the fight there. Simply spectacular macropyre positionings, like forcing the entire enemy team to back off from the Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker, obviously, he can heal himself back up very quickly with Blood Rage, so it won't be a problem for him to keep on pushing in a matter of seconds. Like, how many more heroes can actually do that? And that's the wonderful thing about Bloodseeker. Now he can simply go for his BKB and he won't face those issues anymore in fights unless he gets Beastmaster roared and ganked. Then he's not gonna have a good time. Someone's gonna get hurt and real bad. Right now, Shadow Fiends. Mega Fiend left and right with Shadow Blade. Wonder if he's going to go for Silver Edge next. It would be really useful to disable Panda's Drunken Brawler. So if they do get the Beastmaster stun on him, you follow up with the Silver Edge and wham, you just wreck him. But without it, you'd have to possibly spend Requiem just to kill the Panda during the stun. And you don't want to do that when you have BKB available. Like, once you have BKB popped on Shadow Fiend, you can just sit there in the middle of the fight. They don't have enough physical damage to deal with him yet. So you can just sit there, pop Requiem, and start right-clicking everyone down to nil. Unless, of course, Kafka goes MVP mode again, throws out a perfect macropyre. Like, he has done, like, the 3-4 fights in a row already. Like, as a number 5, he's been insanely important to his team. So I gotta commend the guy. Really pulling out all the stops and not giving any breaks to Bursaspor. Now, Fireman Smoke is gonna be a big clash. Can they catch out the Shadow Fiend here with the EOS? But even if they catch him with the EOS, they just use the Light Strike Ray. Laguna Blade coming out and the Panda Clap as well. Not popping BKB turns out to be a huge mistake there. And now Ice Path goes on to Clockwork. They pick up Clockwork as well. It's a double pickup there for mYinsanity. And I was expecting Shadow Fiend to pop BKB TP there. I guess he was expecting the Lina to pop Yields, but it was a very nice move by Mouse there. Maybe, like, pros don't fake. This is the CSGO equivalent of pros don't fake. Just Mouse going straight for Light Strike Ray, landing it and allowing them to get the kill. And you have to remember, its stun duration is so insane now at 2.5 seconds. It used to be 1.6, it used to be really weak, but they buffed it ages ago. And
Radiant's middle tower
it's like a mini Ravage if you can land it well. I wonder if Zeus is actually gonna give up on the Scepter. He's obviously going for the Ether Lens, which is gonna give him a very nice range boost, but now they find him out with the Hawk here. Storm instantly flies in with the Orchid. They take Zeus down, and Roar now onto Jakiro. They do not want to mess with that guy. They don't want any more macropyres in their face. And the Blood Rite from Flu, not gonna do much. They're gonna back off. They're happy with their 2 kills. Getting some map control, getting some freedom, and I guess space created, boys. Or not. Seems like Beastmaster is still taking heavy punishment from Flu here. Somehow Flu managed to catch up to him. I wonder, because Beastmaster had a TP available, so he could have just TP'd out at some point. Right now in mid lane, Clockwork with Witch Doctor picks up the Panda, and Panda didn't pop ult, so it's not too big of a deal for them. He can buy back. He can pop into the fight with Primal Split. But dying to 2 supports as a number 3 is kind of embarrassing. Like, you don't expect that to happen, even at this stage of the game. Especially when you're Panda, you're fairly tanky, you have a Force Staff, you have a Blink. It's not like you don't have like a huge amount of utility. And we have the Ether Lens on Zeus. I'm not sure how much that's gonna help him in the long run. Because right now he's really weak to those storm jumps. And Storm Spirit has been pretty relentless. He's also building BKB now, so the next fight maybe even, depending on how fast Storm Spirit can farm that BKB up, they're not able to do anything as Storm Spirit picks up Zeus, and then he can go for Lina, I guess, or maybe just straight for Jakiro. At this point, I think Jakiro is actually the more important target, because while Zeus does deal more burst damage, those macro pyre placements have been wrecking their team fights so incredibly well. And now they catch out the Clockwork. Ice Path coming out with a Light Strike Array. They pick him up very quickly. Mouse is dominating. Not much gold, 240, but well, that's 40 seconds of freedom for them. Freedom to push, farm, do whatever they please, and they're actually gonna go for Roshan here. Which is a wise choice, but I think they could contest it. They do have Roar available on Beastmaster, and the buyback coming out from Clockwork. He's ready to hookshot in, and he wants to take the Roshan. The Hawk, they do spot out the Roshan's health. The Hawk will fly in. Can he get it? No, the hookshot is blocked by the Panda, but Beastmaster actually managed to steal the Aegis of the Immortal, and now Beastmaster is gonna die, but the Aegis gets popped, and Bloodseeker dies in his stead. Beastmaster absolutely wrecked the Radiant there. They even get Jakiro, so they get 3 kills and they steal the Aegis. Well, the Aegis does get popped. That is huge for them. And yeah, they blocked out the Clockwork, but they forgot about the Beastmaster. That was insane on their behalf, and I can't believe they let Bloodseeker get to such low health where he could be finished off by a solo BM blinking in.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I think that's gonna be a tier 3 and maybe even Rex, because there's no buyback on Bloodseeker. And BKB is still available on Shadowfiend, but Laguna Blade with this Thunder God's Wrath coming out very quickly, annihilating the Storm Spirit. Now Clockwork still caught as well. Lina putting in the auto attacks. They're gonna take Clockwork out, and now Panda with the clap blinks in, gets on the Shadowfiend, but chases the Witch Doctor. Shadow Blade still active on Shadowfiend. They will get the Witch Doctor, and there's not gonna be an escape for him. He does try to glimmer away, but the delay is just a little bit too long. Not that I think he would have gotten away anyway, but yeah, that was haste. I was close. Oh boy, they tried to get the racks, but they didn't even pop the Black King bar on Shadowfiend. I wonder if it would have been worth it to just pop BKB and keep right-clicking away, because he has 200 damage. He got the damage per soul talent, so with over 300 damage per hit, he could have easily solo finished the racks.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And about Storm Spirit, he has BKB. I'm not sure if he finishes now or he had it in the previous fight, but he got killed so fast by the Lina, he didn't have any time to blink out or do anything. Now he gets Ice Path. Oh my god, he gets stunned again, and Laguna Blade to his face. It's pretty much a dieback, because he doesn't have buyback gold right now. And they seem very satisfied. Kafka getting caught out here. Gets TP'd away, and the Force Staff is sufficient. Wait, he dies in the base. He TP's to creeps near his base, and then Beastmaster takes him out with the Roar. That's beautiful. Meanwhile, mid lane, Bloodseeker going ham with the Blade Mail, with the BKB, gonna take down Spirit here. They're gonna possibly chase down Shadowfiend. Shadowfiend is gonna pop down the Shrine. They do spot him out with the Thunder God's Wrath. Now he has to make a run for his life. He doesn't have a TP, so he is in trouble. Relax, you're doing fine coming out from Ping, but this is the distraction they need. They need to save their racks here. 35 seconds to Primal Roar. And the amount of time they just wasted trying to chase down the Shadowfiend might just be enough. They will be able to defend their racks here. BKB still is down on Bloodseeker.
Middle barracks are under attack.
Same thing on Shadowfiend though. Lina is a force to be reckoned with. Storm Spirit, please pop your BKB this time. And he pops his BKB. Eels coming out from the Lina, but the Storm has a full duration BKB, so there is no escaping for her. Now, they're gonna go for the Panda as well. Panda doesn't have ult, so he's gonna go down too. And a double kill for Forever here. Very nice, very nice. At least they got something out of it. But hopefully Storm gets his shit together, because the two last team fights that they lost was literally Storm dying to Lina and Jakiro without popping his BKB. It happened once here when they were trying to push the racks, but the second time when he blinked into the ice path without BKB, that was just sad. That was just bad. So you can can use items while you're in ball lightning form, so that was a simple lack of reaction time, pretty much, on Storm Spear have. And that damage, it hurts so much. Shadow Fiend with pretty much a Divine Rapier amount of damage output coming in here. Right clicking down the Bloodseeker. He does have a lot of armor, but he can take it. The Witch Doctor Death Ward as well. Daney goes down. Davey, he can't buy back into the game. So 3 dead, and the Dire still decide to back off here. They could go for another tier 3. Now Vortex onto Bloodseeker. He doesn't have BKB available. It pops the Blade Mail and gets away with a Glimmer Cape. Has the region in base. They didn't get the kill they wanted here, so it seems like they're gonna back off. It was a nice attempt, but I wish there was more commitment. If they had commit there on the Bloodseeker, I think they could have taken the tier 3 bottom, possibly the melee racks as well. But judging by how things have been going so far, I guess they don't want to take any silly risks. They don't want to go overly aggressive. Meanwhile, Bloodseeker needs to do that. He needs to do the opposite. If we look at the net worth graphs, Shadow Fiend is at 19.5k. He's 2k ahead of Lina, and Lina's 3k ahead of the Storm Spirit. So Storm Spirit, while not doing too shabby, he's significantly behind Lina. So Lina's like, yeah, Lina's pretty farmed, but has no mitigation for magic. And I think that's gonna be their downfall. Like, sure, she can build the Daedalus, she'll have insane auto attack damage with right clicks, and obviously you have a lot of attack speed, especially once you get the attack speed talent. But is it gonna be worth it now? Bot lane, in the jungle, Panda getting caught out, Hakuna Matata! Hello, says Storm, and down Panda goes very quickly. No chance to ult as well with the Orchid. So that is a big pickup for them. No buyback on the Panda. He simply likes the gold. Well, he had a good start. Right now, he has half the gold of Shadow Fiend, so not doing too hot anymore. Oh, it's a smoke on both sides. Orman smoke here. Lina looking for trouble, but there's nothing here. If you look at the vision, they do spot out Jakiro. They knew they smoked. Now they're ready to counter initiate. They do spot out Bursa. They know Bursa's around here. They ice path nothing actually. Both teams now know each other's position. Beautiful light strike ray from the Lina. They take down both Witch Doctor and Shadow Fiend in a heartbeat. Clockwork follows suit. The Zeus gets killed, but it doesn't matter. Storm barely manages to zap himself out. But now Bloodseeker giving on the chase. He doesn't want the Storm to get out. Can he get in the Rupture? The Rupture gets popped on Storm, and this is the end. 4 men down. And that is a huge turnaround right now for Radiant. That 3-man Light Strike Array from Mouse was incredible. And I can't believe they attempted that. I think they saw him, but I'm not sure. If I looked at the vision at the Fog of War, it was sure that mYinsanity saw Bursa on the low ground, but Bursa might actually not have seen them on the high ground here, because all of them were above the cliff, and while they had seen Jakiro over here earlier on, I guess they were expecting a full rotation to this side from the Radiant.
Money to burn.
Which, well, sadly for them didn't happen, and they paid a heavy price for that. They clumping up 3 people here at the stairs, getting a 3-man Lina stun in their face. That's like pretty much like a rookie mistake, and you want to be avoiding those. Shadow Fiend is back up. TP into the shrine top. Just gonna farm back his souls. He desperately needs his souls because he doesn't have the Shadow Rays damage. So without them, he's gonna have a hard time. I do wonder if he's going to go for cooldown reduction. It's obviously cooldown reduction, right? You get the cooldown reduction for items as well, including Black King Bar for Satanic, or your Shadow Blade for your Lincolns. It's too good to pass out on. Versus -5 armor, which you can get from something like Assault Cuirass. Meanwhile, nothing in the game can give you 40% cooldown reduction. The only thing that comes close is Octarine Core at 25%, and that's not actually that comparable. Now, they don't want to give Roche to Bursa, but they're not going to counter-initiate either. They're going to back off. I wonder if they're going to smoke up here. Do they have a smoke on their team? Neither team actually has smokes, so they'll just have to do it the old-fashioned way. Towards vision control. And they have a slight edge on the Dire here, I think. Because they have a very good set of vision here. After they place this ward. Very strong. You like cover this big area, and they need that area right now because you want to be taking this tower very soon to push here. But that also means that the Radiant know what's going up. mYinsanity, they're ready for it. They know that all of this place is pretty much free to farm. They've noticed Bursa's strategy of pushing top lane heavily right now. So they're gonna take what they can in the jungle and gonna farm up and push the mid lane.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
They don't want to be falling behind, at least. And there's finally a chance for Bursa to take down the shrine.
Radiant's top shrine has fallen.
Now, only to take the bottom shrine as well, and the map control right now is like 65% to Bursa's side, I'd say. And this probably means free Roche for them as well, because they have to defend their base. And it's gonna be very risky trying to counter the Roshan. It's gonna go down, but Clockwork with the hookshot onto the Lina here. Or actually gets in the Bloodseeker. Wrong target, sadly. Rupture! That's a big mistake by Flu, possibly. They do pop the Rupture with the Ice Path. Clockwork most likely gonna go down to the Jakiro dual breath here. But Eos coming out from Lina, trying to escape, puts in the Glimmer Cape from the Jakiro. Now, Bloodseeker taking so much damage, down for 110 seconds alongside the Zeus. They don't get the Storm. The Storm Panda from Brewmaster does take up the Beastmaster, but he's already popped his Roar, so it's not that big of a catch. So yeah, I think that Rupture pop on the Clockwork was actually the biggest mistake that Flu could have done. He needed that Rupture for Shadow Fiend. And that might cost him the game here. And now Panda blinks in onto Witch Doctor, Laguna Blade as well. They do catch him, but Mouse taking heavy damage from right clicks from Shadow Fiend and the Storm Spirit magic damage. They take down Lina as well. Lina doesn't have buyback either. Now Storm Spirit with the Vortex going on to Panda. And still 45 seconds to his ultimate. They're gonna try to defend this tower. Beautiful blink clap onto Beastmaster. Takes him out with a foul swing, but Shadow Fiend ignores it. He has cheese, so he's gonna be right-clicking down the melee barracks. He doesn't face any issues here. Another blink clap from the Panda. Gonna try to take down the Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit dangerous low on health, but he does have Aegis. So even if he dies here, he's fine. And BKB is still available in Shadow Fiend as well now. Bloodseeker gets the goal for buyback, is gonna rejoin the fight. He has Rupture available as well, but they don't get the Rupture. They're gonna try to blood right him. Dusk gets thrown out. He need the Rupture. They get it on Shadow Fiend. He counter initiates with Shadow Raises. Panda gonna get away with low health, but Storm Spirit gonna try to blink in. Gonna just try to defend his Shadow Fiend, but it's not gonna be enough even with the static. But the hookshot from the Clockwork. They do kill the Bloodseeker. That's a buyback. And wait, Shadow Fiend has buyback. He could buy back right now into the fight and they could finish this. Because they know Bloodseeker bought back. It was a dieback. He can't defend the base any longer. And he's actually gonna do it. He buys back into the game. Now they catch up Panda with Vortex as well. But Panda being so tanky, really hard to take out. They do catch this. They do catch the Jakiro though. And nice retargeting there by Storm, deciding that Panda's not worth his time. Let's take out the Macro Pyre threat. Let's take out Jakiro. Now Witch Doctor gets counter stunned by the Panda and Blink is available. He blinks in, tries to kill the Witch Doctor. And the stun coming out from Well. Witch Doctor gonna die here. He still has buyback eels from Lina coming out. No BKB available on Storm, but he managed to blink out. Lina hesitates here. Waits for the BKB that hasn't come out and now gonna regret it. Gets stunned, has to pop the BKB, but right clicks from Forever coming out. Lina goes down to them. Now, Broken Heart caught out as well in the cogs, dies a sad death. 5 men down. Panda has buyback, but GG gets called out. Beautifully played by Bursa there. Very nicely done. Not relenting, like even though they were down early in the game, like they had a significant gold leads on mYinsanity's side. They came back quite nicely on Bursaspor side, and as we can see, it was more than 2 minutes per kill. I mean, 2 kill per minute game. 47 to 46, 41 minutes in. Very nice, very active, aggressive game 1 here, and hoping to see something similar from game 2. And we are going to be heading into game 2 very soon, and most likely in around 5 minutes or so, so stay tuned, folks. Meanwhile, I'm gonna take a quick break and put on some music in the background. Yeah, see you all soon. Hello, ladies and
10 seconds
gentlemen.
remaining.
Welcome back to the stream. We are heading into game
5
2 of
seconds remaining.
Bursaspor Esports versus mYinsanity. Game 1 was won by Bursaspor Esports. It was a close clutch. A very heavy, very action-oriented game. More than 2 kills per minute. So, very insane here. An unexpected outcome, in my opinion. At least based on the early game where mYinsanity seemed to be dominating, but kind of lost it out at the end. Really goes to show that right now is the mid to late game meta, and you want to respect that. You can't get the early win hard enough, and you still lose the mid game, you're gonna get screwed. You're still going to lose. And this time, Axe not getting banned out and instantly getting picked up by mYinsanity. They do ban out the clockwork though, so we won't sadly be seeing that this game. As we saw last game, Clockwork had some insane hook shots, very nice initiations, and baited out one of the most important ruptures in the game, in my opinion. I think that might have been a game-losing play by Blue there, sadly, but hopefully he'll correct that mistake this time. And well, they did play really well. If they keep it together late game, I think they have a really good chance to win on the second half. So good luck to both teams, and we already see Leshrak and Doom being picked up on Bursaspor's side here. I love Doom, but it's a very preemptive pick. It's very tanky. I'm not sure if I like it in this getup right now, because you already have Leshrak, which is like a very niche support hero. He's generally strong with Pulse Nova in team fights. You have the slow from Lightning, you have the Split Earth for the stun, but he's not the most reliable, let's say. It's sometimes hard to land his stun. If he gets caught, he has no utility to get out. So on and so on. He needs to combine himself with another strong support, I feel. And Doom is, I guess he's always a strong laner. He gets levels with his Scorched Earth, and he has the Devour, so you can get like the bonus ability from creeps. So he'll always be fine in lane. But if you pick him so early on, you can easily counter draft around him with mYinsanity. And if you're not useful as Doom, might be a game-losing hero. Then again, I guess Doom's never quite useless. Once you get the Blink, like, you can shut down any mid laner quite easily during a fight. Yeah, I guess that's what you have Oracle for on mYinsanity sides. Gonna keep whoever gets Doom alive pretty well with the false promises, with the heals coming out from the E. Can't even remember the name of the spell. I haven't seen this hero played competitively much lately. He just hasn't been that popular. He's very good in certain niche situations, especially when combined with heroes like Axe, who, like, if you keep alive constantly, like, will absolutely rampage the enemy team. But yeah, you just don't see him often.
5 seconds remaining.
And we see Clockwork being banned out. Hey, Clockwork is very dangerous to Axe with the cooldown and the Rocket Barrage. Deals a lot of magic damage, can annihilate Axe early on. So they'll also want to they'll want to ban out one of the strongest ranged carries. I wonder if they're gonna ban out Luna as well, or if they're gonna pick Luna on Bursaspor's side, because it's gonna give them a lot of nuking potential in the mid game. With the Eclipse being pretty darn insane. Also mention Luna does have like a mini stun, which is pretty reliable. 0.8 seconds, does quite a bit of damage, has a low cooldown, has nice cast range, and well, you can't ignore the night vision given to you by Luna's lunar eclipse, not the lunar eclipse, but the passive aura, Lune's blessing. And well, seems like they
10 seconds remaining.
ban out Lifestealer. Lifestealer is a really strong counter to Leshrak, so it makes sense. But then again, you have Doom, Doom is really good for dealing with Lifestealer. So you technically maybe want him to pick Lifestealer into your team, and you wouldn't want to pick Lifestealer against Doom. Then again, you have the Prophet, as said before, who can block magic damage, who would keep the Lifestealer alive regardless. And then after Lifestealer comes out of False Promise, then he pops his rage and starts killing people anyway. So and so. So a lot of niche mechanics in the draft going on right now. I like both teams' drafts, though. Very interesting. It's taking sips of water. Excuse me, feeling a bit under the weather today. Trying to fix that right now. And Witch Doctor getting picked up by Bursa. Again, they did take him last game as well, and it worked out really well for them. The stuns, although I would say Clockwork was more powerhouse support. Like he made many more efficient initiations. I guess Witch Doctor though held them together in the early game, and we see Luna as predicted. Called it. Luna gets popped up in the game, and that's gonna be magic damage covered on their behalf, I believe. They might actually go for a right click mid lane, but then again, Luna is already a heavy right clicker. Luna's very good for dealing with Chen as well.
Remaining.
And I believe mYinsanity, while not regretting the Chen pick, because he does mitigate Eclipse damage with his creeps, is probably not too happy about it. They probably took that into account when they picked Oracle though, because they banned out Gyro and picked Oracle. That means single target damage won't be the most effective. But let's be honest, they have plenty of AoE on Bursaspor. Casket, Eclipse, then you have Leshra coming out with Nova and Lightning. I guess you always can have more. So maybe Dragon Knight for mid lane, get the Frost Breath slash. It's all very strong against Juggernaut. I think Dragon Knight actually might be the best choice here. Juggernaut's Omni Slash is insanely powerful, but with Dragon Knight, you're just, that's cute. Look at me, I have 25 armor, and you can't cut through this. Like, you just mitigate most of Juggernaut's Omni Slash damage without any problems, and you just stun him in the face, and you kill him with Frost Breath.
5 seconds remaining.
Also mentioned, Dragon Knight's always a very strong laner. You have the Fire Breath to farm. You have the Dragon's Blood to keep you alive. You're very hard to gank because you have a 2.25 second stun on level 1, which is insane. It's a point and click stun that's over 2 seconds on level 1.
Dire team ban.
And Death Prophet getting banned out on Bursaspor, so they're trying to avoid a push strategy getting thrown at them by mYinsanity, but I don't think they would have gone to Death Prophet anyway, because they heavily lack crowd control right now. So they need someone with stuns. They need someone with some form of crowd control. Unless they send Axe mid, which I don't think they're gonna do. They could always send Juggernaut mid though. I wouldn't even be surprised. Like that would legit be an interesting strategy.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Right. Here we go. Invoker. I vote Invoker. Let's go. I mean, Invoker gets absolutely destroyed by Doom. Whatever. Let's go for the win. Let's go for let's go for the flashy plays. You already got Juggernaut in your team. Why not? Or someone who can heavily benefit from the healing one. Maybe Puck, actually. Puck is actually very strong against Doom because it's so hard to Doom the Puck. You have Phase Shift, you have Blink, you have Eels, and Doom's cast time, like, it takes forever to cast Doom. That's like the biggest problem he has.
Radiant
Doom
team
like
pick.
screams Doom Bringer, and then Puck just simply uses Phase Shift and dodges it. Looks like they're going for Mirana instead. And this seems like a very classic lineup. Like, this seems like something out of 2013, 2014. And the Dragon Knight, as predicted from Bursaspor, coming out. Very strong against Juggernaut, has AoE damage, very strong against Chen as well. I think this more solid lineup is on Bursaspor's side. mYinsanity's is very niche, but if they can make that niche work in the mid game and absolutely dominate Bursaspor, oh, they can take in the win. But I feel like their lineup is certainly much harder to play. It's a lot more risky. You need to get those early Chen ganks. You need to get those early arrows from Mirana. Kafka needs to do the plays on Oracle. Then you have the Axe coming in with the calls and spins. But you have, on the enemy side, you have Forever with the, oh, I just pop R, I'm in Dragon form, then I Dragon Tail you and Dragon Breath you. Then you have Sony coming in with the Doom, point and click Doom. You have Leshrop running around with massive AoE. The only thing he has to land is Split Earth. And then you have Witch Doctor as well. Literally like one spell that's somewhat difficult to land. It's not even that difficult to land, so it feels like they're kind of making things a bit too hard on themselves on this side. But yeah, good luck to both teams, and if anyone missed game 1, Bursaspor already won game 1. This is game number 2, and it's a best of 2 matchup, so this will be deciding between these two. Bit of history. mYinsanity is a very old organization. Started in 2009, if I'm not mistaken. Now, Kafka caught in the top lane by Leshrac and Doom, and Juggernaut comes and tries to save him. No possibility of doing that. Now Juggernaut is trying to spin to win, trying to get the Leshrac, manages to dodge his stun, but can he get the last hit in? No! The Sal coming out from Spirit, and now Flu in trouble as well. Double kill here for Bursa, and yeah. Very nice start here for Bursa. Meanwhile though, Witch Doctor managed to get killed in bot lane. And the one to pick up that is Axe. Oh boy. While they do get 2 kills, giving Axe any form of gold extra early on. I just noticed my OBS overlay is scuffed. I'll fix that. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, as I was saying, a little bit of history about mYinsanity. Very old organization, but the team seems to be fresh. The roster has to be seemingly completely swapped out from the old one. Yeah, nice to see them back in action. And hopefully we can see at least one of these teams in Division 1 sometime soon, because they both have very aggressive playstyles, and these high octane games are something I really enjoy. Now another kill on Witch Doctor with the Chen. He has no mercy with the Blightstone. The armor reduction is simply too much. When Witch Doctor has 1 armor, so he literally goes into the negative after 1 hit from Chen. And Chen is gonna be rushing Medallion. Pretty classic, pretty strong. Gonna make good use of his creeps early on. And why am I spinning out rhymes? Mid lane though, beautiful arrow by the Mirana. Now Starfall as well onto Dragon Knight. Couple more auto attacks needed. He cancels out the Sal. This is big. Even if Forever didn't die here, he has no regen available to him. So he has to tango up, and he still might have to back out of lane regardless. And now Chen coming in with a Hellbear Smasher, gonna be trying to gank. Meanwhile, top lane, they pick up another kill. mYinsanity now sitting on 201. Has boots, he still has 3 mangoes he's used, and he hasn't even level Scorched Earth yet. He's about to hit level 3, which will make things yet more difficult for the Juggernaut. Meanwhile, bot lane, Axe getting chased down by the Witch Doctor. Well, it takes down some of his health, but nothing too dangerous for him. At least in mid lane, seems like Forever has recovered a bit, has regened up with Dragon's Blood. And Chen coming in with more harassment with the Troll. He's doing a lot of work pushing down the Dragon Knight in the mid lane, but somehow Dragon Knight still has more last hits than Mirana. So it seems like while Mirana has done a lot of damage, has spent a lot of DK's regeneration, the last hits are gonna make up for it. He's just gonna be fine at this rate. He's gonna have his Soul Ring soon. He actually has his Soul Ring already. Wait, what? Seems like Mirana's insane amounts of harassment just weren't effective enough. Not getting a kill was the deciding factor. But top lane, another battle going on. They're chasing down Flu here. Flu does have a stick. Pops it. No, he pops out a mango to get the spin. Now Split Earth lands onto Oracle, and Oracle gets caught. And killing spree already for Sony. 3 minutes in. It's another 2 kills per minute game. More high octane coming out. But this time they seem to be taking the early game on Bursa's side, and they can't really afford that on mYinsanity.
Radiant structures.
They have the team that's supposed to take early control. So they're gonna have to turn this around in the next few minutes, or they're gonna be in deep trouble.
Invisibility.
I love the fact that they're playing their own meta, their own game. So on mYinsanity side, like their drafts resemble nothing like the meta drafts. Now Axe is chasing down the Luna, needs a couple of spins. He doesn't get any. I think he got 1 there, but it wasn't enough to kill the Luna, so quite unlucky there. Now Luna using the wand, gonna turn around, gonna kill Davy, but Davy alongside Axe is gonna pop the Witch Doctor. Axe needs more spins. The Sadar actually ends up blocking him instead, so they don't get Luna in the end. Meanwhile, top tier 1 tower dive coming out from the Radiant, and they get a double kill here most likely. Oracle goes down, so that's both Juggernaut and Oracle down so early on in the game, and Doom is absolutely destroying their Dire right now with 2.6k net worth, and another Split Earth coming out to Juggernaut. Juggernaut also goes down. He doesn't have Blade Fury, and a mega kill streak for Sony. Sony, what are you doing?
Dire are scanning.
My god, he's not having any mercy. He is spelling out Doom like letter by letter. And now Mouse coming in with the Starstorm on the Spirit here. Gets in the double storm onto Sony. And Sony low on health, but sadly Mouse not having the resources to finish the job. At least he gets the Leshrac. But Sony is like unstoppable. He pops the Shrine on him and he's gonna continue laning. The level 3 Infernal Blade is too strong. 3.75% HP as max damage for 4-second burn, and it deals a stun. I haven't actually seen that often, maxing out the Infernal Blade first, but I guess it's really darn powerful. So it's 25 plus 5% at level 4. Now Roots with the Fortune's End onto Sony, but Sony doesn't care. He's so damn strong. They're gonna have to buff out the Juggernaut. Healing Ward gets dropped down. He's gonna try to escape. Sony gonna chase him with the Phase Boots. Throws out the Satar Shockwave as well. And seems like Sony might actually go down here. Finally, 10 seconds until Blade Fury. And what went down in mid lane? It seems like Dragon Knight got killed by... Dragon Knight got killed by Mirana, so that's huge. They desperately need those kills. And Doom, I love how much punishment he can take and not care. But now Mirana coming in, he has level 4 Starstorm, he has Leap, Split Earth misses from Spirit. That's gonna be bad. Doom goes down, 410 gold to Mirana. And Spirit tries to turn things around with a Maledict, with a Lightning Storm, but not able to do anything without Doom around. So they turn Doom's killing streak against him. Now they're gonna be pushing tier 1 bot. Doom is TPing in. He's not level 6, but doesn't need it. He's almost there though. Puts the Infernal Blade onto Broken Heart here. Broken Heart gets the taunt in on the Witch Doctor. And Luna trying to escape. Goes down to both Chen and Axe. And seems like Axe is gonna get away safely to base. There's a 1-for-1 trade. Slightly better trade in my opinion for the Dire since they got Luna. And I think Luna's the biggest threat. Because you have the glaives, you have the magic damage. Like, once Luna gets BKB, she's gonna be really hard to kill. Even with Axe spinning maximum speed at her face. And bot lane, in the river, Witch Doctor in a really bad situation here. Gets pretty much double teamed by the Mirana and Chen. Gachi base in the chat. Top lane though, Juggernaut dying once again. Leshruck with the splitter. Kafka sadly gonna go down again. Dragon Breath coming out from... Where the hell did Dragon Knight come from? I guess he ran from the river upside here and like decided, oh, I'm just gonna pick up this kill and let's push the tower. Like, I was expecting a Lucent Beam or something. I was not expecting like a wild dragon Pokemon to appear from right field. And now Doom onto Axe. He gets sent back to base. He's actually gonna survive in base, healing himself up from Doom. And Doom gonna go down. Only worth 166 gold this time to Chen. Yeah, he's only getting a bit too aggressive there. His first Doom gets wasted. As someone said overlay, I believe I fixed it. Sadly, it's a 6-minute delay, so I can only fix it when I eventually noticed it myself. So yeah,
bottom tower is under attack.
My apologies on that behalf.
Structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Well, there's going to be another conflict in the bot lane here. In the jungle, Chen's got a lot of creeps. He gets caught out, stunned by the Infernal Blades. Split Earth following up as well. Dragon's Breath gonna take him down, and now Doom doesn't have Doom, but they are gonna chase the Mirana regardless. They're gonna threaten her. It's like, run, 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 kitty, run. Doom's like one of those big dogs. This is literally what it reminded me of right now. Run, kitty, run from Warcraft 3. Shout out to whoever's played that. And Axe still doesn't have Blink. So not doing too well there, buddy. 3k gold. 10 minutes in, you'd ideally want Blink already on Axe, since he's an insane farmer. And I've seen Axes that get like Vanguard Blink 12-13 minutes in these types of games, but it's pretty rare. You need a really strong start. Now Split Earth with the Witch Doctor Death Lord coming out with the Maledict onto Oracle. Oracle goes down. Witch Doctor does sacrifice himself at the very end, but he's gonna be keeping this push from Dire at bay. And mYinsanity is gonna have a difficult time pushing one man down here. If they're gonna try to defend it, they do take down the bottom tier 1 tower. Dragon Knight's gonna TP in, puts down the Dragon Tail on the Broken Heart. Arrow gonna miss, but Sony, he has Doom. He could pop Doom here, but no, they let the Axe go back to base. No Doom popped. So sad, so flaccid. Feels pretty bad, man. I was expecting some kills in that fight. Seems like they're continuing. Invis Ruin is up on Mirana here. Searching for a chance to get in a good arrow. If they could get Sony here without him popping off the Doom, that would be huge. That would give them a lot of space. Oh, that arrow was nowhere near its target. Like, it was a good prediction if Doom had moved. Like, I guess if he had went for the river, if he went for the other side, Logically, his pathway would have been over here and the arrow would have hit. But I don't think there could have been any follow-up. Would have been Mirana alone. And I'm not sure if Mirana solo has enough damage to kill the Doom. Doom, well, he has low armor. He has a lot of health. 1.5k. And Mirana simply doesn't have the burst right now to take that down too fast. And we see another pause. Not like this. Not like this. Oh yeah, what are you doing, mYinsanity? I just noticed he doesn't have boots. You what, mate? He's the only one, I believe, that doesn't have boots. Yeah, he's the only one in the game that doesn't have boots. I knew mYinsanity would be poor. He's number 5. I'd at least expect him to have brown boots at 12 minutes. Oh, they have him smoked up. They're gonna catch out to Mirana. Mirana tries to leap away, but gets beamed at the end. The split earth doesn't land from Leshrac. Mirana gets away to safety. Now they're ready to counter initiate. Spin comes out from Juggernaut already. He does have Omni Slash. I was like, he doesn't have it skilled. But the icon was so grayed out during the Blade period. I literally thought he hadn't put a point in it yet. I was like, there's just no way. Maybe looking for trouble with Broken Heart. He still needs his blink, so he needs to be farming some camps, pushing a little bit more. 13 minutes in, he should have the blink already. He's not doing too well on that end. He doesn't have too many last hits at all on Axe. Like, I'm feeling for him. Even if he gets his blink and blinks in, gets in a good initiation, he lacks the HP right now. He can get instantly stunned by Dragon Knight. Like, there's a lot of strong counter initiation coming out from Radiant. And no, there's always Doom. There's always Doom. At this point, I don't think they're going to expend the Doom on Axe. At least what Axe has going for him, like if he blinks in and his Berserker's call ends, you have Davey coming in with the medallion, giving him a slight armor buff so he doesn't instantly melt. But now Axe gets the call in on Leshrac. Beautiful initiation from the Dire here. Omni Slash is wrong from Flu. He gets into Blade Fury, has to back off with the Doom on him. But Chen coming in with the creep army. Just a massive amount. And they're going on forever here. Chen debuff as well. And the Witch Doctor actually managed to pick off the Broken Heart with the Maledict and the Doom. It's too much. And now Eclipse coming out from the Luna. They're gonna try to pop down the Chen. Chen going to low health, but gets saved by Kafka at the very end. And Rana tries to blink in, tries to kill the Luna, but simply doesn't have enough burst damage. Another Eclipse, Lucent Beam coming out from Luna there now forever. A bit too deep there behind the tier 2 tower. Blade Fury coming out from Flu. And Dragon Knight is gonna go down. So it's a 2 for 3 trade. Slightly in favor of the Dire actually. What?
Dire's middle tower is under
They won out that trade. I guess it's Leshrac dying was a big change. And they only lost Axe and Mirana on their side, so there's that. And Axe finally got his blink, so hooray for Axe! Give him a shout out, give him a clap. I know I'm piling on Axe. I'm just hoping the guy gets his farm soon. As I'm looking for more Berserker's calls, but he hasn't had the chances for initiation, and they really need it right now. They have a niche lineup already, so they need to do very well mid game. And what we saw in the previous fight was that Mirana blinked in with Leap, almost killed the Luna, but that didn't have quite enough burst damage. So once she gets the Blinkens, she'll have the survivability to keep on auto attacking. Maybe can finish off the Luna, but she'll have to pull off a very good arrow for that to happen. But then you still have Dragon Knight to contend with. And this is what I meant. mYinsanity are playing quite well. They're playing very well, actually, but they're making it so hard for themselves with the draft. That's what I feel. Now, Flu, with the Blade Fury, gonna try to harass the Spirit a bit. Spirit getting fortunes ended now forever with the Dragon Tail onto the Axe. Axe getting healed up by Kafka. They still have a False Promise available, so their biggest support tool is still in the game. But Forever is not too happy about them getting away. Has to waste Shadow Blade simply to kill the healing ward. Wait, did Mirana just get BKB? No, that's a Hurricane Pike. I was hoping too much there. If we look at the net worths on both teams, Mirana's actually farming very well. He's on par with Luna, who's at an insane 8.6k. So Mirana, very well done on her behalf, but gets blink doomed instantly the moment she gets behind the tier 1. Now chased as well, and can Chen send her back in time? No, he can't. And they both end up dying here. And that's a really sad fate there for the Dire. Again, Broken Heart gets the call in on Spirit, spots him out. Splitter gonna try to stun him, misses it. Gonna try to get some creeps before he dies at least. And a slam dunk from Broken Heart gets him. So at least they get something in return. And their tier 2s are still standing though. What is that? What is that in the mid lane? Why hasn't that been denied? I don't get it. Do they really need that for lane control right now? Because if you deny that, that's like what, minus 1,000 gold for the Dire team. I guess they're weighing their options and it's much more valuable as a TP tool. Something along those lines. Maybe try to get another double fortify out of it. I don't know. I guess they've reached that point in the game where 1,000 golds really doesn't matter that much. Cause Luna's worth 10k, like she fat. She thick, that is one thick ass Luna. And she's building into Manta. Surprised that she's not rushing BKB. The only problem that Luna's ever had in this game is magic damage. And while she almost died last time, she was fine. But if she built BKB, she could just steamroll the enemy team without any competition. Well, they have Juggernauts. It has Omni Slash. But Luna has how much armor? Like 22. Now, very nice Witch Doctor Casket double bounce onto the Oracle and the Mirana. Mirana in trouble, gets False Promise, but is it gonna be enough? Forever trying to escape with low health here. Luna with the Glaive is gonna attack. Flu going down to the Witch Doctor and the Luna now. Doom coming in, Broken Heart gonna fall. Mirana, same deal, puts out a Starstorm, but in the end they only get Leshrac. It's a 5-man team wipe, and mYinsanity take a big L there. And things are getting desperate here. This means the first tier 2 is gonna go towards Bursaspor.
Radiant are scanning.
And looks like Luna doesn't even need BKB. He's not the primary target in the fights. I didn't see Luna get hit a single time in that fight.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That Axe is someone's boy. Shout out to Axe here.
A tithe to the impurity.
Oh, he's almost got Vanguard, but at this point Luna has so much damage. Oh, that is disgusting. 400 attack damage with the double damage. That Roach is going down faster than you can say 3-2-2. And now Mirana coming in to Doom. Gets a beautiful arrow, beautiful Starstorm. Takes down Doom very quickly, but seems like Steph Curry does get the Aegis. So, smooth sailing there for Radiant. Meanwhile, mid lane, they get the initiation with Shadow Blades onto Flu. Managed to nab the kill, and Dragon Knight tries to blink in, instantly getting healed. Can't even get his call off now. Forever stunning him as well. False Promise getting thrown up by the Oracle. Heals coming out as well. Sony doesn't have Doom. Gonna chase down the Chen. Chen gets taken up by the Infernal Blade, and now Broken Heart, half health, gonna force to back off. And Luna does have a Lucent Beam available, so Kafka gonna go down here. No chance of him escaping. Oh, wait, what? Is he actually gonna be able to get away here? He does waste some of their time. I was like, there's no way. There is no way he's getting out of that fight alive.
Dire's middle tower.
They are pushing hard. Axe. Oh, he gets initiated by Doom. Can they kill him? Split Earth lands with the Witch Doctor Maledict and the Death Ward. Too much, too fast. Axe is down. He needs to buy back into the game now if they want to save the Shreks. But Luna, no mercy from her. Such hard punishment. And Flu does have Omni Slash. This could be the only hope, but Eclipse gets thrown out by the Luna. Magic resistance. Mirana has to pop all 3 leaps simply to get away there. And Flu still hanging on to Omni Slash. They do want that one big kill, and seems like they're saving it for that. So I'm not sure. They're slowly losing their options at winning this game. And Bursaspor are making short work of them. And this is what I was talking about. They're making the game hard themselves. And the Dragon Tail stun on to Juggernaut. This could be big. Doom is not available. 8 seconds. He gets in the spin, but he's taking so much physical damage. Can Dragon Knight finish him off? No, he doesn't catch him. But the stun from the Witch Doctor, the double casket. They get the Oracle. Are they gonna get Davy as well? Davy's gonna go down. Double kill there. Spirit on a killing spree. And now they're gonna go for the tier 4 tower. They're gonna go for the finish. Buyback instantly from the Oracle. They're like, no, we're not throwing in the towel yet. They want to keep on fighting. And now, stun onto Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor instantly gets popped. The Omni Slash finally doing work. Spirit taking heavy damage, popping the eels inside of Blade Fury. Forever ignoring everything with his Dragon's Blood. They take down Axe. Broken Heart doesn't get anything done in that fight. Now Doom popped onto Mirana. False Promise, Wolf, Kafka gonna try to heal him up, but is it gonna matter? They're already pushing the throne forever, and Luna simply punching away at it. And Blue now ready to counter initiate. He wants to go for Sony. They aren't gonna hit him with the Fortune's End. Mirana forced to back off, getting disarmed by the Oracle. Magic resistance. They're simply gonna punch out the throne, and GG! Game 2 also going to Bursaspor Esports. Well played to both teams, and congratulations to Bursaspor. They take this best of 2 home 2-0. And a bit of post-game analysis here, boys. I think the draft might have been the case on both sides. In both cases, I kind of like the draft of Bursaspor slightly more. In this case, I like the draft much more. It was just so much easier to pull off. Like, mYinsanity, to win this game, they would have had to play twice as well as Bursaspor, I believe. Simply due to their draft. They were playing well, I give them that. They were trying to hang in there. Mirana had some really on-point arrows in the game, but as we saw in the river, whenever she tried to kill Luna, whenever she tried to kill Doom, she just didn't have the burst that a mid laner needs to have in the fight. She didn't have proper initiation with the stun. Like, arrow just isn't reliable enough in these fights. Then you have Juggernaut, whose biggest deal is Blade Fury early on, and the second biggest deal is Omni Slash. And then the third biggest deal is Healing Ward, and all of those got mitigated. I mean, you have the Dragon Knight with like a lot of net worth, a lot of farm. Like, he could always go Dragon form and take down the Healing Ward pretty darn easily, so it wasn't really a problem for him. And we look at the scoreboard here as well. See that Doom actually had 10 kills. What the hell? That Doom was extremely impactful, let's say, at the very least. Same thing with Leshrac. They absolutely dominated the top lane. And I think that paid its price pretty heavily. Flu did not have the best of times in the top lane. Got shut down by Doom pretty hard. Spirit's split earths were on point. He didn't relent for a second. And while it seemed like at around 15 minutes in, they were sort of facing like a stalemate here. They were doing much better in the mid game on mYinsanity side. They didn't quite manage to catch up and the lead simply continued from minute 20 and onward. And if we look at the damage graphs as well, Luna dealing 21,000 damage. In comparison, the next one is Mirana. That's to be expected. You have the Starstorm, you have the Maelstrom, you have the arrows dealing massive amounts of damage, but it's not going to be enough to save them. And Dragonite even didn't need to deal that much damage. You only needed to execute his stuns on point, get in with the Shadow Blade ganks. Same thing with the Luna, with the Eclipse and the Glaives. You just needed to survive a bit, pop the Eclipse right on time, and then the Glaives will do the job for you. And Chen's creeps were useless in those fights because, well, Glaives annihilate them in literally seconds. So I think the niche draft is why mYinsanity paid the price for the second game and why Bursaspor won it so easily. The first game was much closer because the draft was much more solid on mYinsanity's side. But yeah, still well played to both teams. It was nice to cast, and I hope you all enjoyed watching. I'm just gonna put on the outro, put on some music, and I hope to see you next time. If you want to see when we go live next, when I'm doing a cast or whatever, you can follow me on Twitch, or you can follow my Twitter, which is right there in the title. Thunderstyle signing out. Have a good evening.